Hello, froggies. So, back to the Ferrari SF-24. Another build and chill session. Let's see how many bags we can get through today. We are still finishing bag number 6, which I believe is the other side of the floor, the right side. And then we have 3 bags left. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we get through 2 or 3, 2.5. So we've attached the floor on the left side. Now we will work on the right. Get that out of the way. I've upgraded to some little trays to keep me sane. These parts can roll everywhere. And I have a nice little container. These are so far the leftover bits from the other bags, which is pretty good. Yeah, I've had some builds where there's been a lot more leftover bits. Okay, what do we need? Let's go. I wonder if this is going to make my sorting a bit longer, but it does mean I can use this space to lay out the pieces, and I'm not having to dig through the pile. I can actually move the pile. It's really nice. I'll see how this style of building goes. Okay. So we got one of the blue pins. I have to say thanks to one of the commenters who talked about the axle pieces. So there's specifically a Technic axle. And then I looked through all the different variations, and they've got different names based on the length and the stud lengths and things like that. Super cool. And then, of course, you've got, axle pin combos like this one. And, yeah, it's just so much depth of parts now, which is fantastic. I mean, it's been like that for a very long time. Okay. And right at the end there. 2, 4, 2, 4. In we go. Oh, I've done that wrong. That goes there. And this goes on top. Okay, sticker time. I got a little air pump thing. Gonna just try it for fun. Let's see if it helps. Not that you can really see dust under the stickers here. These are pretty good stickers. They're quite thick. What do we need? Well, we'll do the sticker, then we'll do the pin. We need 31. Whoop. Sorry. It's smashing the mic stand. 31 is here. Is there an orientation? I guess that's relative to the red pin. So we line it up here. So I like to visually just put it aside. Then I sort of know how far back. And if I really want, I can hold it so I know how far across. And then let's see how I go with my spacing. So it's a bit off. I'm pretty happy with that. And then let's see how it falls. I pull it a bit. Yeah, falls pretty nice. I should maybe dust the sticker sheet. It's picked up a dust over the last week. Okay, so that's done. And the pin wants to go through on the red side. And through it goes. And it attaches here. It'll go up here. It's cool. And downside is the angle view. Maybe if these are quite thick. These are from IKEA. You kind of have to be looking down on top of these to see what's inside. You can't. So you can have stuff hidden sort of on the inside lip, but you can't see it. Okay. So that pin goes here. And then on top. Hey, welcome, Sniper. Bag 6. Let's get it done. I'm excited to get it finished. And then I think like we'll start building up the rest of the car, which is really cool. Okay. So it's got to go in there and onto this peg axle there. So on it goes. It's quite straightforward. Now we build the floor edge. What do we have now? We need some red pins. We need an axle pin combo. And a pin collar thing. So we make a assembly that spins freely. Okay, we have that floor piece. Got to be flipped over. And it goes in the end one there. Now, it's just fun to dust. Sorry. Okay. How you doing, Sniper? Pin, grey collar. Okay, goes on top. And then slides on through there. What? Okay, blue pins. We need 2. And for the next, I'll take out this guy. So the blue pins go at the end, 1 and 2. Oh, and we strengthen it by attaching it through these pins. So this part, it's a bit wobbly. Now it's a lot firmer, doesn't flop around, which is really good. Not that it's pretty rigid once we put it in. I think it goes at the floor edge here. Okay. Take the bigger piece, 2 black pins, some pre-assembly. There we go, join those. And 1 grey, 2 black pins, 1 blue, double and single pin. And put it over the long edge. Pop that in the end there. 1 from the center and, sorry, 1 from the edge and actually in the middle here. Three pins, 1, 2. Yeah, there is some steps, and I don't know if this is simplification to reduce confusion. Oh, it is because it flipped, but you're adding pins here and here, and it's, well, now they want us to flip this and then go to the other side. But you could still, in the one step, put in all of the pins at once. So maybe it's ease of building. I'm always interested what user testing they do at at Lego to double check, like, you know, it's better if we break down this into 2 operations instead of 1. Yeah, I think I'm getting carried away with a little squeezy bulb. It's like a fun little fidget toy. Okay, we want, oh, now we're building the floor edge. So we want 22, red axle. Might keep these part bins here next to me. There's quite a few small bits we take. Okay, another red axle. And we want a flat thing. Yeah, once again, we're just stacking. Maybe I should have a snack after this. And okay. Another red pin. Oop. This is a fun one. 3, it's about 5 long. And I join that. Put a yellow axle. Okay, it's a single length. Another one of those. And axle. I think this helps to mount. Very cool. Okay. Yes, now we mount this. Flip that over. Line that up. Let's get the first pin. Sometimes you gotta jiggle it back and forwards a bit, but it gets there in the end. Oh, okay. That's in there. Anybody catch the race? Wow, earlier today, yesterday, in Imola. It was interesting. Ferrari did well. They recovered. A bit of a, I think, 1 virtual safety car, 1 safety car. Hey, GB models. Yeah, build's going pretty good. I built the Mercedes last year. I've got the McLaren. I haven't built that yet. Yeah, Red Bull one. Well, I not the biggest fan of Red Bull, so there's some emotional component to me not getting that. So if I had to pick, but they do have a different rear section, which I'm sort of interested in, and it would be nice to put these cars all together and compare them. Build's pretty good. Like the little details, I think you'd enjoy. So this is an inboard shock, and can't remember if this push rod suspension, but yeah, you can. I don't know if you can see it. It's like pivoting and loading the shock. So these like really cool little details, and then steering. You can actually steer from the top here, and you can see the wheel. I had some issues with like aligning this wheel with this being straight. I think it's possible if you align the gears in there. There's a little gearbox assembly, but it's really cool. You see how like how they build function and structure at the same time. So I really enjoy that part of the build. And of course, in the rear we have also inboard shocks. Can we see them? Yeah, we can. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And here's a V6. There's also a gearbox. Where's the selector? Here's a selector. So you can do high speed, low speed. And I think it's so when you run the car up and down, it'll rotate the pistons at different rates. There's a bit of slop in the gearbox because the way the connectors is. But yeah, that's a bit faster. I guess that's a higher speed, low speed. But I have to say it's I think it's like, I don't know how to put it. I had this old Technic set in the 90s, and it was basically just like axles and like long pieces like this. I don't know if I have any, not necessarily this sort of smooth type, but the ones with the pins on the top. And I have to say, like, this feels pretty, like, as a Technic build, there's a lot of Technic. Whereas I built I think it was a Camaro maybe. It's that orange set. I'll build it on the channel again. And it feels like it's all body panels and not much Technic. Like there's a little bit, it's like half Technic and then it's all panels. Whereas this feels like a lot more Technic with some decorative panels later. Like these, you know, these big pieces that sort of cover the distance, if that makes sense. Like filling gaps with just plastic instead of Technic pieces. But of course, that gives it a lot more sculptural possibilities. That's one way to say it. I do love little detail like the floor edge inlet here with the fins. Sorry, that leads into the tunnels under the car. Sort of a nice little detail. I can't remember if the McLaren is from the ground effects era, because you would have a completely different barge board set. Okay, where was I? So 2 pins, let's put it in. We are now building up the floor edge. So those fins I was talking about. Okay, axle pin. And then attaches to the top here. Ooh, Star Wars Venator. Let me look that up. Hey, that's nice. That's a big one. I haven't built my MCS Millennium Falcon yet. I bought that. Geez, when did I buy that? 2018? Still in the box. So, yeah, those big builds are nice. How do you handle the sort of repetitive side of those bigger builds? That's something I've sort of challenging for me. I usually just power through the repetition. I was talking about this earlier with the architecture models, how they're like very, very repetitive. Well, it's because that's the nature of buildings. Okay, put the pin through. Okay, one of those. these. Another one of these. And I've quite a few sets I haven't built yet myself. I'm actually excited to build. I got the Concorde set when it came out, but I haven't built that yet. I'm quite excited to build that. The issue is space. Don't really have the space, but what I do is I build and then disassemble. Yeah, it is a really long time. It's in another country, that's why. So I'm a slow builder. I think I'm 200 pieces an hour if I'm cruising. And what is that? 7,000. So let's do some quick maths here. 7,000, and by quick maths, I mean let's pull the calculator out. Divided by 200. It's 35 hours of build. So let's say I build in 3-hour sessions. That's 12 days. So I build 4-hour sessions, 8 days, 5 sessions. So if I built 5 hours a day, I could get it done in a week. But where I go to, where it is, I'd like to do other things. But maybe I need to just get that done. And I'll have to live stream that one. I also picked up the Titanic, I think 2 years ago, a year ago. And I'd like to build that. So, yeah. But I'm noticing with these larger scale builds, there's a bit of fatigue I'm having after I sort of build for a couple of days. I need to take a break. I could be the mental load. I'm not the best with the mental loads these days. I've got to take a lot of time off in between things, just to sort of stay sane. Okay. Building up. Number 8. Which way am I holding this? Yeah, do you have any sets you haven't built in a long time? I mean, you've had them in box but never built them. 2 more number 8s. 8 and 8. So it says, I'm sure it says number 8 there. Let's see, there we go, in focus. Okay, now we want to attach that. Do you know what I've done? I've attached that backwards. So let's just pull that out. Oh, if I can. Let's see. Yep. Let's just disassemble this. That's why I couldn't pull it out. So let's re-establish that. One of these pins out because they've got to plug into there. So where were we? This goes into here. Is that right? Yes. Correct. And then we put these back. I've actually even got the Saturn V. I haven't built that yet. And it's kind of crazy watching the prices on these unbuilt sets. But I buy Legos to build them. So as much as it would be nice to build a Lego portfolio, I'm in the business of enjoying Legos while they're there. All right. And hopefully I get to share them with everyone here. That's the goal. Like, it's really nice just to chill and build Legos and hang out. Okay, do I have everything? Yes. Grey piece, pin, axle joiner, and pin/axle thingy. Okay, I'm going to take out the 3 pieces so I have to keep diving into the box. That's the rest of the big pieces. Okay, build the assembly. In that goes. And that goes through. And this attaches there. That goes to the floor edge here. 2 pins. No, 1 pin. One pin with a hole. I wonder if that has a name. I'm sure it has a name. Okay, 63. We have 63 there. Ooh, does that show up? There it is. Hey, sticker time. I just usually wipe these down with my shirt to get whatever surface oil. So we want 34. So these ones I try and use that sort of corner to align it, and that gets me a pretty good job spacing it. Like it's a bit closer here than there, but doesn't really matter for me. I'm not sure if others are a bit more pedantic about how they do their stickers, but it's close enough. It's in the right margin. It's not like sometimes the sticker's like hanging off the edge or right up, and I prefer to have it in. The main thing is that lining that up for me. And once that's good, then we're good. Okay, it goes in the middle here. Keep this nearby. 1 pin. Goes at the bottom there. Oh, this goes upside down. 21. Yep. And we want to join this, so that goes in here. And because this pivots, it's really cool. You sort of, but we can rotate that a bit. Lines up. Once we pop that pin in, it'll line itself up. There you go. Got that curve. Now we attach it to the body. So this, how do we line this up? I think that's it. So there's this. It's kind of nice, the grey to grey. And this goes in here. I think we have to put some pins in, but let's try it. Putting it together while it's flat. Oh, no, I think I'm going to have to pick this guy up. So start it there. Just get the pins in. Hey, that went in a lot smoother. Now, the back detail here, there is this. So we've got to get this in there. And that holds that floor edge in place, much like on this side. Holds that floor edge in, and then you get that curve. So air comes up, feeds over the rear control arms and to the wing. Very nice. Well, starting to look like an F1 car. Well, it already was, but you know. And we lock these down. So we have these two long, these are interesting. They're like longer pins. They've got not quite fluted edges. But we flip these upside down and we want to join the front. So the front had these gray things go through, and I presume, and I lost one on the floor. So they go through and lock the front of the floor in, and it goes through both. If I can align it, let's see. So in one, there we go, in two. But it sits flush in these holes, so I think that's the design. So it pins, there's a little lip, so it sits on that little lip there. Let's find the lost piece. Okay, luckily it didn't go too far. We have recovered it, albeit a bit dusty. Oh, this is a nice little feature. I think that's meant to be like a kinetic energy recovery system, because yeah, turbo sits up here, I think. Okay, this side here. So let's see if we can get this in one. Hey, kind of. But yeah, you can also see the steering gear. So it comes down, and that turns the wheels. And there's a very basic rack and pinion setup in the front here. You can see the rack, and that's the pinion gear. And okay, a few more bits at the back. So we have got to make 2 of these, which is a pin and a collar thing. They go in the back. Let's flip this as the instructions request. One and 2. All right, in the back. Hey, bag 7. Let's go. We have 3 pieces left from that. It's pretty good. All right, let's put these aside and crack on to bag 7. Ooh, red. We're building up the side pods, I think. Bag number 7. Okey doke. Okay, we have 2 little bags. Put them there. All right, it's kind of a nice size for these bags. They're not so full. I don't know how many pieces per bag. It's like these big pieces. It's 30, 40 pieces. It's like count how many olives are in the jar. How many pieces do you think? Should I count one of these out? Maybe another day. Okay, we got pins, axles. I could separate these out actually and put them in 2 different. Put a second one here. I wonder if this will aid my build time. Yeah, it might do. I won't get confused between the different pins. All right, bag 7 open. That means after this, 8, 9, and 10. 3 bags left. Okay. So we'll move the car out of the way. Hopefully we don't need too much of that now. Okay, we need 4 black pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Axle. Grey half pin stud. Is that a pin stud? I think that's like a pin stud. 2 of these Duvalakis. I guess I call them, like, what is it? Your changing directions. We need 2 of those. And 61. It's really good that they've labeled these pieces. That's 60. 60, but we want 61. So we have 61. Okay, assembly time, sub-assembly. Oh, that goes through. And then we layer it on top. So it looks like that. And then we want to mount it with the piece off to the left there. And 2 pins in here. And the pit stud in the middle of the back. Oh, straight away onto the car. Okay, let's flip it. It wants to be on the right side. This is the airbox inlet, I think. So the underside. There was that thing where they did the split airbox. I think there was a lip, a bottom lip that would come out. Can't remember if the McLaren was a 0 pod. Not the McLaren, the Mercedes was a 0 pod design. I gotta put these cars next to each other one day. Okay, L double pin axle goes in. Then we want a pin, black pin, and a double blue. I remember when I was making the big crane thing, like so many black and these double blue pin connectors. It's insane. Ooh, this looks a bit complicated, this assembly. Let's see if you guys can see it there. But it is simple enough if you break down the steps. So we need 2. We need axle, 2 of these, and 2 of the long blue pins. So let's follow the instructions and not try and jump ahead. It's very tempting to try and skip ahead and sort of not build the assembly and just go off the picture there. But I make mistakes. And it happens. So it's good to break the process down. So this goes in there. We get another L. We want a double pin and an axle. It's red. And we pop that in there. And I think it slots in here. I think my camera's having some focusing challenges, but it's okay. We'll see what it looks like later. Yeah, it's a nice little assembly there. We'll keep adding to it. So we add this guy here. Yes. Oh, there we go. Bit tricky, but in we go. Okay. So remember this grey pin I was talking about? So the end of these pins also have a lip. I don't know if we can see that. Yeah, they have a bit of a lip there. And they sit on that little ridge. So this is a slightly bigger lip. So it holds into place. Yeah, that's quite cool. Okay, blue long pin, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want to push through. So that joins it. Okay, now we want longer, a 5 and a 3. 5, 3, 2 black pins. Might be worth separating out like panel pieces from the, what are these called? Rods, arms, longer bits, long boys. Okay, sub-assembly, 1, 2. Sub-assembly. How many subs are we talking here? 3, 4 deep. Okay, and then that attaches. Yes, got to keep us open one next to the blue. All right, L. One piece here. Blue pin axle. Longer pin axle. And let's build that up. That's what it looks like. And we want a 7 grey. 2, 4, 6, 7. That'll join us at the top here. Now, 51. That's a 51. So that's a longer panel. And we need to put some stickers on that. So we get a black pin, long blue pin. Long blue pin goes at the end, tapered end here. And the black pin goes at the top. All right. We want 35. This is the sheet with 35. So yeah, I think this is like side panel stuff. And this sheet is wings. And this is Mooding. Hello. I should get a Froggie. I should build a Lego Froggie. Now there is it the Creator series? There is not Creator, Ideas? No. There is one where it's a seal, but it can also become a frog, maybe. Maybe the seal is a different set. I should build a Froggie for this channel. All right, 35. Can I read? Yes, I can. There's 35. And we want this to be upside down, so let's do the corner trick. I always focus on the corners because it kind of sets me up, right, for the rest of the panel. How does that sit? Does that go? Oh, that's pretty good. Gets close to the edge, but still a bit of room. Okay, so facing that way, it mounts here and there. In we go. Build that up. Okay, we want 5 and 6. Long, thin blades, 6. And this is 5 and 6. We need to put stickers down. So on 6, we want 25. No, we want 26 on 6. So we have 40. Oh, is it? No, it's on the other sheet. All right. So this isn't just wings. Okay, 26. Now this is fun because you've got this cut out here. So make sure that's 5. I want 6. Yes. Let's go for the corner. Okay. Yeah, that seemed to be okay. So I like to go from like the center out. Nice. And number 5 needs a sticker. It needs number 9. Where are you, number 9? And that is number 9. Fear I used to have is sort of tearing the stickers as you pull them off the sheets. Sometimes if they've been die cut, a bit over die cut, it'll cut into like the edges. Nope, that's not right. That's going to go over the edge. So let's take that off while we can and rotate it. Just need to pivot it a little bit, but we'll just reset it. Nope. Okay. There we go. And we want to join those. So 2 black pins. And they go on the inside. There you go. Bit of the side pod there. We need 1 long blue, 2 black pins. Put them on the inside there. Okay, flip it around. So we want all 3 pins to go from the inside. That one goes at the bottom, through, and then in the middle, 1 and 2. And we need one of these, red axle. So we're building up a little assembly here. Put this in there. Make sure it doesn't go all the way through. And, all 3. There we go. Yes, is that in? That's in. Okay. So there's a little number there. I don't know if we can see it. Number 1. And on the instructions, it's sort of facing outwards. So let's follow those instructions. We want 2 of these gray things. 1 and 2. Okay. And now we join them. Where is that pin? It is here. Very good. Let's take it out. Let's put this pin axle over there. No, I'll leave them there. Put that one there. Okay, so time to join these. So let's take a look. That wants the orientation. They want us to put it this way. And that, I believe that's the joining point. Yes. Pop the pin through. We have joined it. Okay, we want a 9. It's a 9. 2 black pins. Oh, and a white pin stud. So 1 from the end, 1 at the end, and the white pin stud goes in the end here. And that mounts between, so while upside down. Oh, no, this way around, yes. One goes into the grey here. And another into here. And now we fixed the sort of radius of that, which is cool. And okay, prepare, put another pin there. Yeah, like you could also make these 2 steps 1 step, but I guess it is a bit less confusion and less room for error. Okay, so move that aside. We need 2 of these, 2 of the black pins. Join them together. So we want to keep the sides the same, so we have a nice curve. Then we want to put number 30. Where are you? 29. Are you on the other sheet? No. Yes. Yes, you are. That's another really nice thing is how easy these stickers come off the sheets. Okay, and we want this facing upwards. Or rather, we want the curves to be in the middle, this yellow and so let's place this. Put a bit of a curve there so I can control how it goes down. It's not quite centered. Okay, that's pretty good for me. Happy with that. It's a bit towards one end, but that's fine. I don't know if that's going to be an alignment issue. Does that go there? No. It goes here, and oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Lines up. Little bit off. Could have been back that way a bit. But that's okay. And 2 more black studs in the back here. We're adding more pieces. Let's get this sticker sheet out of the way. One of these. Blue pin axle. Red axle mounting. Pin mount. Is that what you call it? Oh, wrong one. There's one with an axle and there's one with a pin. I want the one with the pin. In we go. And that mounts onto here. Oh, this side pod's really being built up. That's nice. So we want to keep building the side pod. So we need 4 pin axles. 1, 2. Let's put this aside. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 1 red axle. 1 through hole in an axle. What are these axle holder things with a curve? Are they like little flags, flaps? And 2 of these 3 length flaps. Okay. So assembly goes pin axle flag thing. We want it facing that way. Can rotate it. We want to put this in this way. Put in the axle. And then that pin. And now we attach these 3 pins. 1, 2, 3. And And they go at the end here. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then now it mounts to the left side. Where does it go? Just one in front here. Okay, let's rotate that. So it only mounted in 3 places. Cool. Sort of floating there. So 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, it's 2 pins in one. Is that the right way? Yes. Oh. Pulled something out. I did. That's meant to go there. And that goes on to there. Ooh, we have a side pod. Yeah, that's what the lip I was talking about. So you have the top. It's sort of like a scoop. Looks like that. Feeds the airbox. The radiators, which normally live like at an angle or this way. Depend. I think maybe this way. Like radiators fit that way, so the air comes in through and then comes out. Very cool. All right, we're getting the sides. It's really, so this is what I mean. It's kind of cool that you can give a lot of form with these pieces, these panels, but it also takes away, I don't know, it feels like, this could be achieved with many more of these, for example, but it would look totally different and you wouldn't get a nice sort of sealed. So a lot of the Technic sets were a bit airy because they kind of were almost like they were structures. Sorry, not just structures, but like scaffolding, it's just like you're looking at the scaffolding and you're like, okay, well, a building's meant to be there, but it's just all the pipes and all the connecting. So this gives it form. And so I guess it's a nice blend of a core, which is Technic, very Technic. And then, of course, you've got these Technic form pieces that fit in. Not a good, not a bad, but it's just a different generation of Technic. And I think, it facilitates and allows that sort of expression of form a lot better. But under the skin, you have that Technic. It would be interesting to build one of the supercars to see, because that also has like skin form pieces and how that would go in comparison. All right, so now we repeat on the left. So we need a pin stud, 4 black studs, a red axle, and a number 60. Number 60. And one of these guys. 2 of these, actually. That's right, we're doing that double stack. So let's build this up. Okay. Oh, I've maybe jumped a step there, but that's fine. I think that's pointing in the right direction. Okay, and we attach that just in front of this, like so. Does that attach to anything? Yeah, so this is kind of free floating, I just realized. Well, gets the job done. Sort of indicates that's the lower lip. But yeah, it just hangs in the air there, but it has no sort of force or strain put on it. Now we want to move to 2 of these, so we need the 2 flat panels. We're going to put some Ferrari logos. 1 and 2. And we want 27 times 2. Okay. So the problem I have sometimes is it looks like I've centered it in the air, but when I put it on the piece, it sort of moves over a little bit. And that's okay. And I haven't quite compensated for that. But we try again. You can sort of just gently put it down and get a feel, because it sort of also slides a little bit once you put it down, depending on the pressure I'm putting on it. Well, for me, that's how it works. All right. And it mounts to here. And here on the other side. That's what those pin studs were. We have the Ferrari logo on the side. Okay, now for the other side pod. It's kind of cool, this one bag, you get the side pods done. Might space out these pieces, the big red ones. Then I don't have to go fishing for the smaller pieces. I think that's the bigger issue. As I sort of hide the smaller pieces. And, maybe I'll just take all the red pieces out, seeing how this is all for this build. Side pod. Okay. We just have the long pieces in there. And we want... let's just put them over here. We want 1 double pin. Black L. Pin stud. Pin axle, sorry. So 2 of these. So we build that out, make that face up. Pins through here and here. And we attach it to the end. We want a 9. What have we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And that goes through and goes into this piece here as well. Now, 1 red L. 2 black pins. We're going to build this up. I don't know if you can see that one there. And that'll help us attach and strengthen sideboard here. Okay. Oh, and what do you know? I put that the wrong way. Let's see. How hard will this be to correct? A little bit. Where were we? Back into there. Okay. This went here, maybe? No. Yes. And this was here. Does that look about right? There you go. Make a mistake. 6 deep. You got to go back. Maybe 3 in this case. Not my favorite thing to do. As someone has commented before, heart pressure, blood pressure goes up. And okay, that looks right. We can move on. Okay, 50. And we want a double blue pin. Wants to come from the bottom there. And a single black pin. Here we go. So we want 38. Sticker 38. 29. 38. Big one. Oh, they come off so nicely. So smooth. Okay, so let's take our time here. Hey, that's nicely put. Probably one of the more even ones I've done. That mounts onto this assembly. So want it up that way. Into the red. And into the black. Okay, building that. Now we do the side. So we want 5 and 6. And on 5, we want 29. Do we have 29? This sheet. 29. Okay. That's 1. And let's do the 2 black pins while we're here. 1 and 2. So that's 29 done. Let's do 15. So we have 6. And we want 15. 15 is this lower section. Nope, that's a bit off. Maybe we want to align that top edge. Try and get that a bit deeper in. Yeah, line that top edge. Well, could be better. But it'll do. Okay, now we build this up. So we have 6 on the bottom, 5 at the top. We want long blue. Goes through here. 2 of the black pins. Put the number 1 facing out. And 2 of the greys. Yeah, this is like a collar to help guide the pin to lock it into the bottom here, like the other side. It's a really nice little detail, I have to say. But before then, we need to do another sub-assembly, which involves these 2 and a red axle. And that snaps into the back here. 3 pins there. And we join. I think that's, yes, that's the joining point. Pop this axle with a flat stud at the end. And we have the outer skin. Now let's build the structural. We need a 9. White stud. Does anything mount to that white stud? I don't remember. Let's have a look. Did anything mount? No, nothing mounts to that white stud. Why is that necessary? Unless something clips underneath. Interesting. Kind of doesn't serve a purpose. Or I'm not clear what the purpose of that the pin stud is. Other than to not, how do I put this the wrong way? So it kind of forces you to do one step back. So you don't, I don't know, accidentally put it here to here and then you've got the wrong angle. It's sort of not necessarily making it easier, just making sure it sort of really gets the shape that they want. Okay, the 2 longer pieces. 2 black studs and 33 sticker. Feels like bingo. Blue 33. I haven't actually played that much bingo in my life. Are you a bingo fan? Am I missing out? Should I play more bingo? I know there's like fun bingos, but I mean like the rolling cage with the balls bingo. Okay, which way do we want to orient this? So we want the curves to be on the inside there. And what do you know? First time. That's pretty good. And that goes onto the edges here. That way round. Oh, that slid off. Okay. Now we build this up. Which one? We want the pin, not the stud. Not the axle, sorry. So that goes in the end here. We have 1 blue axle, two of the black. Okay. So I think this is like a locating pin when you put it on the car from memory. All right, let's build up this guy. We want two of those, one of these, this stud here, red axle. What else do we need? And 4 of the blue pin axles. Hey, we're using all of them. Sometimes there's leftovers, but in this case, just going to consolidate all of these into one. We've got 2 of these left, and that's empty. So we're getting to the end of bag 7. I think that might be it for today after this. So, orientation. Okay, now we mount this at the end. I don't think these are the wing mirrors. Unless they are, like vortex generators. I can't remember. All right, let's mount this on. And that goes in there, and we have 2 side pods. It's very nice. We have to flip this. And we want to put these locking pins in that we have. 1, 2, where do they lock in? Now the floor edges are connected here. So it gives it a bit of structure now. And we need to make 2 of these. So we use 4, 2 in, 1, 2. One, 2. Oh, these go at the back. Okay, let's flip it over around. Where do these go in the back? I think it mounts there. Great. Now it should be able to mount other things. I think engine cover stuff maybe. And that's it. All right, bag 7 is finished. We have 3 pieces left. That's pretty cool. Okay, until next stream, thank you for hanging out, and hope you all have a great day.